Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. Speculation is swirling about a potential thaw in the icy relationship between King Charles and Prince Harry, thanks to the rumoured departure of Sir Clive Alderton, Charles' longtime aide and a figure Harry reportedly despises. In his memoir, Spare, Harry dubbed Alderton the Wasp, describing him as a master of passive aggression with a penchant for striking unexpectedly. Harry painted a vivid picture of the aide as a lanky, charming, arrogant, and adept at feigning politeness before delivering his infamous sting. This characterization left no doubt about Harry's animosity towards one of Buckingham Palace's key players. Now, Sir Clive is reportedly considering retirement, a move that some royal insiders believe could pave the way for reconciliation between Harry and his father. Princess Diana's biographer, Tina Brown, writing in her Fresh Hell Substack blog, suggested that Alderton's exit might create a new, friendlier path for negotiations. Meanwhile, Emily Andrew, royal correspondent for Woman magazine, added fuel to the fire, speculating that Sir Clive might even be in the running for the position of US ambassador. She noted that his departure could eliminate a major obstacle in mending the fractured bond between Charles and Harry. While Sir Clive has been a critical figure in Charles' inner circle for nearly 2 decades, his alleged role in deepening the rift between Harry and the royal household cannot be ignored. With Harry reportedly eager to reconcile after years of tension, exacerbated by his move to California in 2020 with Meghan Markle, Alderton's rumoured departure could mark a turning point. For now, Buckingham Palace has remained tight-lipped on the matter, leaving royal watchers to wonder whether the king and his youngest son might finally find common ground without the Wasp buzzing around. Zara and Mike Tyndall are reportedly ready to answer the call if Prince William needs them, according to royal expert Jenny Bond. The couple have seen their popularity soar thanks to their relatable charm and down-to-earth demeanour. Despite not holding royal titles, their connection to the monarchy remains strong. Speaking to GB News, Bond highlighted the Tyndalls' unique position within the royal family. They obviously have the cachet of being so much part of the extended royal family, she explained, adding that they've managed to leverage their royal ties commercially without controversy. While the Tyndalls enjoy the freedom of private life, Bond suggests they are happy to lend their support to William if needed, as they did during a garden party last year. However, she clarified this wouldn't extend to official working royal roles, noting, "Nor do I think the public would want to fund any more working royals." Lord Iva Mountbatten, King Charles' second cousin and the first openly gay member of the extended royal family, is part of the cast of The Traitors Season 3. The reality competition hosted by Alan Cumming pits contestants against each other in a mix of strategy, deception and alliances. Mountbatten's appearance marks his latest foray into reality television, following his role in Keeping Up with the Aristocrats, a behind-the-scenes look at Britain's aristocracy. His family ties place him as second cousin to King Charles and a first cousin once removed to Prince Philip. Despite his royal lineage, Mountbatten's life has been anything but conventional for the British aristocracy. After marrying Penelope Thompson in 1994 and having 3 daughters, the couple separated in 2010 and he later came out as gay in 2016. 2 years later, he made history by marrying James Coyle, a flight attendant, in the first same-sex marriage within the extended royal family. On The Traitors, Mountbatten will compete alongside stars from shows like Survivor and RuPaul's Drag Race. Americans can find the program on Peacock. More Palace in just a moment. PR expert Renee Smith is impressed by the latest incarnation of Meghan, telling The Express, "Meghan's recent ventures are quite the spectacle. It's been a great treat to see how they've been received. At first glance, the meticulously curated posts, the running on the beach, drawing 2025 in the sand with the giggle at the end, and the show's polished trailer might seem overly saccharine, perhaps even contrived. However, this alignment with the influencer archetype appears to be Meghan finally embracing her authentic self. After years of striving for a more profound public persona, she's now presenting a version that resonates with her true inclinations. The lavish settings at a hired mansion, the idealized portrayals of domestic bliss, and the aspirational lifestyle content are not deviations, but rather reflections of her genuine brand identity. This approach seems to cater to an audience that views such opulence as the pinnacle of aspiration. For once, it screams on brand. From a PR perspective, I actually think this is a smart long-term move for her. In PR, while we can shape narratives and use a bit of smoke and mirrors, working with someone who's being authentic makes the job infinitely easier. Crafting Meghan's story as a lifestyle aspirational influencer for her target demographic would be one of the easiest parts of this job because it finally feels aligned with who she truly is. In the Express, Mieka Smiles tells us, "I'll just put it out there, I'm no Meghan Markle fan." Smiles writes, "I hate to judge people without knowing them, but I have made up my mind that the Sussexes sold their family down the river with their infamous bombshell accusations. It was a pretty dreadful deed that I think will tarnish them forever. I have done my best to inform myself to arrive at my verdict on the pair. I have read the books, watched the documentaries, listened to Meghan's ill-fated podcast, and I feel I need extra credit for this one, even attempted to watch Polo, the couple's latest Netflix flop. And in addition to their betrayal of their once nearest and dearest, one thing always seems to get my goat, and that's Meghan's desperate efforts to control her image. Her latest project, With Love Meghan, is a classic example of this. Pristine, sun-dappled kitchen, Meghan skipping through gorgeous gardens with a wicker basket nestled in the crook of her arm. Glamorous chats with even more glamorous pals. As she is a mum of 2 kids under 6, I would doubt this is even a duchess's reality. And if it is, then not without copious amounts of staff that are conveniently out of focus. But hey, lots of us are guilty of sticking an occasional filter on life, perhaps just not in such a calculated effort to cash in. Her initial 2 posts on her relaunched Instagram account at Meghan were as yawnsome as they were predictable. One saw her ringing in the new year in a candid but clearly not jog along the beach, writing 2025 in the sand, decked out in designer togs costing thousands. Those with an eagle eye were quick to point out that she'd already practiced the so-called spontaneous moment a number of times, with an older attempt of the new year just visible. The other post is the trailer for her aforementioned show filmed at home with Meghan, in a home that's not hers. But her third post, God, it caught me. It's a montage of her beloved dog Guy, who has recently passed away. She said, "If you followed me on Instagram back in the day, you saw a lot of him, and on the TIG too. He was with me at Suits when I got engaged and then married. When I became a mom, he was with me for everything. The quiet, the chaos, the calm, the comfort." She added, "Thank you for so many years of unconditional love, my sweet Guy. You filled my life in ways you'll never know. As ever, Meghan." Meghan's message will set off anyone who has loved a pet, and probably those who haven't too. So, as much as I was ready to write off Meghan's new Instagram account, I am now a tiny step closer to not immediately branding it a shiny new PR machine, churning out slick, heavily altered versions of reality. And maybe, rather wisely, that was her point. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us at Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave some stars or a review if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget you can get the show along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media, commercial free. And we have lots of great shows, including 5 good news stories. It's just good news. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. 5 good news stories. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.